First of all, I think it's important to remember in 1992, when there was the Summit of the Earth in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, three conventions were adopted or were, agreed on. One of them was the Climate Change Convention, the other one was the Biodiversity Convention, and the third one was a Convention on Desertification. So the three conventions established a secretariat. That secretariat needs to do the follow-up to the commitments that countries undertake under the conventions. Well, the main challenge currently, I would say, is to get enough finance to be able to accelerate the transition. The energy transition is at the center of addressing climate change. If we manage to do a good energy transition, we will not solve the problem 100%, but we will really make an enormous contribution to combating climate change. I would say that this is currently the biggest challenge. We do have a lot of technologies that are already available, that exist, that can be implemented, and this is something that also needs to be happening in a more efficient way. But for that, of course, we need financing. I'm sorry to say that yes, we have done a lot of progress, but not enough. If we try to look back, even 20 years ago, for example, and we think about 20 years ago, who would have thought that today we have such an expansion of electric vehicles, right? Or who would have thought that today we would have such an incredible expansion of renewable energy sources like solar panels, like wind power. So we have come a long way, but we have not done enough, and the truth is that we could have made more. The transformation that needs to happen is, as I see it, really a deep revolution in the way that the world operates today. It's something at least as important and as transcendental as the Industrial Revolution. It's like a new Industrial Revolution, right? So that means that it is not easy. We need to recognize that. But what do countries need to do? First of all, governments need to really show political will and exercise leadership. It's not enough to say, okay, we agree with this or we agree with that. Then we need to be leading that transformation, leading in implementing those actions. Secondly, we need to do processes that involve all of society, all the groups in society, those who are maybe affected and those who can benefit from this transformation. And we need to be willing to cooperate in a much more efficient manner. We need to recognize that addressing climate change is in the interest of everyone in the planet. Companies need to be involved in these processes, so there needs to be a much closer dialogue between governments, civil society and companies, and they also need to be involved and willing to understand what are the needs of specific situations in different countries, because not one country is identical to the other. Even in Europe, there is the European Union. The realities in the different countries in the European Union are very different. And that's, a group that is quite similar in terms of development levels. So we need to be able to listen to each other and to understand each other's needs and concerns. When I finished my 2 terms as the head of the UN Climate Change Secretariat, I decided to found this consultancy company on sustainability, but with a focus on climate change. And that was part because of what I saw were opportunities about actions that could be taken, but that were not fully taken advantage of. And this is why I decided, okay, let's give it a try. It has been a very good experience. I am very encouraged by the way that the initiative has been received, and I'm engaging with private and public entities to accelerate their transformation processes. So we give advice on how to do that, also advice on what are the possible partners globally that can be helpful for a specific process of transformation in different sectors. So look, the world is today in a very complicated situation. So I've been a diplomat for all my life, and I cannot deny that there are developments that are very worrying, source of concern. At the same time, I do know that this can be done, that this transition can be done. I am absolutely convinced. I think that we have the means, we have the possibilities, and when you come to a place like this conference, you see so many people working on that. So it's really very encouraging. So yes, I remain positive and confident.